King Center has launched an ambitious national campaign, The Beloved Community Talks. Let's bridge the racial divide across urban, suburban, and rural America.
I think that patience is key, and understanding and checking your privilege is also key.
When I see people who I think are not being given a fair shot, no matter who they are, I want to stand up for them, whether they're in the minority community, whether they're the disabled, whether they're mentally ill or the drug addicted. Everybody is made in the image of the Lord, and they have to be recognized that way, and that's kind of where it all comes from for me. There was an article in the New York Times the other day, it's spilling into all areas of our life, that there are families that can't even get together on the holidays because they spend all their time arguing. That is not where we ought to be. You see, the key is to open your mind to somebody else's point of view, even when you don't want to do it, and even when you think that they don't know what they're talking about. Hear them, listen to them.
You don't know what is in the heart of an individual.
I don't know what it's like to walk into a restaurant and be treated differently because of the color of my skin. The only way that I can know that feeling is to try to step into somebody else's shoes that doesn't have the same experience that I've had.
I was driving up Lake Lanier and I saw a Donald Trump sign and I saw my sign. And it freaked me out because, obviously, I didn't support Trump, but I knocked on their door and I asked them. And we ended up having a 2-hour conversation because two people that seemingly, for how it looked at the outside, we had nothing in common. But once we started having a conversation, everything about our conversation, we may not have all the way agreed, but we found out that we had more in common than we had against each other. And it was because instead of, like you said earlier, Mary Pat, instead of watching, your news network of choice, going to sleep with it, waking up, watching it, talking about it at work, social media, blogging it, you've got to get from behind the computer screen, get out in your community, knock on your neighbor's door, and let's get to know each other rather than assume we know what a person's going through.
We've got to learn how to live together as brothers and sisters, or as he said, we will perish together as fools. And part of that is really having these very difficult but yet courageous and necessary conversations.
The Beloved Community Talks is a great opportunity to get in the discussion on race relations. This national movement was launched live at the King Center on January 16th, 2017. We went live in partnership with Facebook, and in that one session, there were over 9 million social media impressions, 145,000 views, and over 400 shares. We had participation from national radio, local television, and local radio, expanding the community talks to millions of listeners and viewers. This topic has been long awaiting its focus in our time. So be sure to tune in and let your voice be heard in support of this movement. Let's bridge.